If you're doing Amazon FBA in 2024 and you're not using Keepa, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Trust me, I've seen countless FBA sellers struggle to find products without using this tool. But here's the thing, most people that use Keepa are barely scratching the surface to what it actually can do. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Keepa in 2024 to dramatically increase your FBA profits. I'll reveal the secrets that have helped my students generate over 10K in their first 2 months of selling on Amazon. Plus, I'll show you how to use Keepa to spot massive opportunities that most sellers are missing, giving you a huge edge over your competition. So if you want to master Keepa and take your Amazon FBA store to the next level, watch this video all the way through. All right, guys, hopping into my computer, I'm going to be breaking down Keepa just as promised. So first things first, guys, what is Keepa, right? So Keepa is a software that many sellers on Amazon use to see one main thing, and that's the price history of listings on Amazon. And Keepa's significance is it's going to help you with a couple things when you're sourcing. It's going to mainly help you answer the question to, is a product sustainable? What is the scalability of a product? And it's going to also help you source products and find new products that you can sell yourself. So to make an account, it's pretty simple. You're going to look up keepa.com, go to login/register. So once you get to this tab, you can register your username, password, and email, or you could just connect your Google account through here. And it's going to be really simple to sign up. They only really offer one main subscription type, and that's going to be 19 euros per month. The reason it's in euros is it is a European-based software company. So it's about $20-something per month. And that number is very, very, very justified because it's going to help you make thousands of dollars per month, right? So sign up, get your account set up, connect your credit card, get that subscription set up. And from there, you can actually navigate the main website. And the most important part is the Keepa extension. So this is the main interface for Keepa. It's going to be the website. I don't really use the website pretty much at all. And the reason why is I use the extension for everything. The website does have some stuff you can use, some tools. In my opinion, for an online arbitrage business, they're not really super important, but I'm gonna break them down for you guys. So the first tab is just the deals tab. This is just a tab that Keepa gives to you about price drops and Amazon listings on the market, right? So you can actually navigate by the deal type. So what the offer type is it Amazon selling it? Is it a new offer? Is it a used offer? Et cetera, et cetera. You can see the time variable, right? The ranges and the percent, and a couple other things, right? This tab, I don't really use at all. Most of it's just private label products, and it's just kind of giving you a ton of products that have a price drop over time. Doesn't really help out. You kind of want to narrow down which products you're looking at. So this is just too broad in my opinion, and you're gonna probably take way too long to find anything profitable through this tab. Moving on, we have the track tab. So this is actually a part of the software where you can track existing listings and actually, monitor those listings for potential new sellers, potential price drops, et cetera, et cetera. You'll say you find a listing that price that you're sourcing it from might drop very soon with a coupon code. You could track that product and go back to it. Now for this tab, I don't really use it personally. I use Google Drive to track all my products. And I use the Seller Amp tool, which has a Google Drive sync where you can, with the press of a button, synchronize and take all the information from the listing and export it to Google Sheets. Moving on, we have the app. So you can download, browser extensions on whatever search engine you're using. As Google Chrome. From here, you can click this and download the extension, which is the most important part of everything when it comes to Keepa. Moving on, we have data. This is pretty much what the extension is, but it's through the main website. I'm going to show you guys how to actually navigate the extension through Amazon listings in a bit, but just a quick breakthrough for you guys. Information, just some information on Keepa, how many products it's monitoring in different markets on Amazon. You can comment here, anything you'd like. They have, some forums, you can ask questions, et cetera, et cetera. And lastly is the search tab, where you can search, anything you'd like, any conversations you want to engage in, and that sort of deal. So that's pretty much it for the main platform and how to navigate it. As I said before, their website isn't really important. The most important thing is their extension, right? And I'm going to break down how to use their extension, how to navigate their extension, break down an existing listing, and how to read the charts, and actually show you guys how to find storefronts you can source off of and find potential deals for your OA business. So hopping right onto an existing listing, I'm going to be breaking down what Keepa is, how to use it, how to read the graphs, and everything else in between, right? So we're going to be using this listing for reference for For example, it's mud water. It's a mushroom coffee-based alternative. There's no significance onto why I picked this listing. It's just a listing that I feel has a lot of data that can be dissected and broken down. It shows a lot of examples of potential things you could see on Keepa. So let's scroll down, and once you download the extension, it should pop up here under every listing. And this looks kind of crazy, right? You're like, whoa, what's going on here? There's too many lines, too many graphs. But once you kind of break it down, it's pretty simple and it's very powerful. So the first chart here is going to be the price of the product over time, right? That's going to be your X and Y axis. And being displayed on here is a couple different things, right? This green squiggly line you can see is the sales rank of this listing. The sales rank is the popularity of the listing that Amazon determines, gives it a score, right? And that sales rank is dependent on certain categories. So for this product, it has a sales rank of, around 1 to 2,000 over the past 3 months. And that means it's a very popular item. Anything sub 10K, 10,000 sales rank is a popular item and it's converting many sales per month. That's the first thing on this chart. Next thing is this purple line, which is the buy box. What is the buy box? The buy box is Amazon's algo on pushing sellers in and out and which offer is the most promising, right? So what that means is for every listing on Amazon, not every listing, but most listings with multiple sellers, will have multiple offers, right? So there could be 10 sellers on a listing. They could all have different prices, the same price. And Amazon will push in and out new sellers onto the buy box, which is this over here. And that's Amazon's recommended offer to purchase from. You want to get on the buy box if you're selling a product. If you're not on the buy box, very low chance of you selling your inventory. The reason why is customers are not going to see your offer. It's never going to be displayed to them. And most customers aren't going to be like searching, for other offers. They're just going to click whatever is here, right? Whatever is easiest to convert and get their product in their hands. So that's what the buy box is. And the buy box here, as you can see, has been super stable. And when you hover your mouse over it, it's going to give you some more information to who's on the buy box at this time. So the buy box here was at $49.99. The offer is an FBA offer and the seller is Mudwater. So you guys kind of see how it shows you the buy box, that little truck emoji. Under it is the price. Under that, it says FBA. So offer-wise, there's only 2 offers you can kind of have. It's an FBA offer or an FBM offer. FBA means Amazon is fulfilling the orders through their warehouses and fulfillment centers versus FBM means the seller or the merchant is fulfilling their orders. So FBA means fulfilled by Amazon and FBM means fulfilled by merchant. On the right of that, you're going to see the seller's name. So here it's mud/water. That's the seller's name. That is actually most likely the brands on this listing. So the brand is selling their products. On the right of that is going to be the rating of the seller, right? So Mudwater is rating is 67%, which is pretty bad for a rating, but just some information for you to break down. Moving on, we have this orange box here, right? And this orange box is going to be Amazon. So anytime you see a orange highlighted, box on this chart, it's going to be Amazon's offer. They make it orange for reasons because usually when Amazon is selling on a listing, you don't want to sell on it due to the fact that it's their platform. They can pick who's in the buy box. And if you're trying to compete with Amazon, there's a high chance you are not going to be able to compete. That's pretty much it for the first chart. I know it sounds kind of crazy and it might not all make sense to you yet, but just stick with me. It's going to make sense as I break everything else down. So as I said before, you have the time frame underneath, the price on the left side, and on the right is the sales rank, right? And this chart is just displaying the price of the product over time in relation to its sales rank, which is Amazon's way of displaying the popularity of a product in relation to time frame, right? So it's gonna help you see the product stability over time. Has the buy box been rotating between sellers? Has the price been stable over time? And a couple other things. Now, that's the first chart. Stick with me. On the right, you have all these little knobs here, and it's like, what the hell is going on, right? So these knobs are just things, preferences you can add. I never really add more than what's default because all the other information is most likely irrelevant. The most important thing is the sales rank, obviously, and the reason being is you want to see if a product is stable and is displaying a stable sales rank and is selling stably, right? Next is the buy box, so that's very important. Buy box is going to be the recommended offer Amazon is putting out there, and this buy box, changes between sellers depending on the price of the products. The most competitive price usually gets in the buy box, the seller's inventory amount, the shipping time, and the price or the rating of the seller. Amazon uses an algo to decide who gets the buy box, so it just rotates day in, day out, and this is going to display if it is rotating or not. Next is Amazon. So this is going to show you if Amazon's on the listing. You don't want to join the listing, and I'm actually going to break down why sometimes this is actually incorrect and inaccurate. Under this, you have new, which is pretty much is the offer new. Not really relevant for this because it's a food product. So you have new third-party FBA. It's mostly going to be, not really relevant. New third-party FBM, showing you the FBM new offers on here. New Prime exclusive, not really relevant. And then list price, which is not really relevant. The only three things you really need are sales rank, buy box, and if Amazon is on the listing. So moving down, I'm going to explain the second chart. The third chart, I'll go over time frames, and I'm gonna actually break down this chart and show you guys how to read charts, right? So next chart is gonna be a further breakdown of the category sales rank. So this one is gonna show you the sales rank of the product in relation to the category and subcategory, as well as the monthly units sold over time. So real quick, I just want to point out we're on the 3-month time frame right now for all these charts. You can actually change this up, and I'll get into that in a minute, but just for reference, all these are 3-month time frame. So back to this second chart, it's going to be displaying, as I said, the category, subcategory, and the monthly sold over time. This yellow line here just shows you the amount of sales this listing is converting over time. As you can see, it's pretty consistently converting, between 3 and 5,000 at least for the last 3 months. The sales rank is pretty stable. It's moving between 1 to 2,000. As you can see here, I'm hovering over this part here. It shows you the category. So it's going to be grocery and gourmet food. The sales rank number. So this is ranked 1972. As I said before, anything sub 10,000 sales rank is very good. It means it's selling a lot. With sales rank, the lower the number, the better and more popular the product is. For coffee substitutes, is the sub rank, it's ranked 5, which is amazing. And the monthly sold in this time is displaying 4,000. So that's it for the second chart, displaying sales ranks and sub sales ranks in the category, the amount monthly sold, and just showing you consistency over time in units converted per month and the sales rank and popularity of the products. Last chart here is going to be the offer count in relation to the review count. For this chart, again, you're only going to be using these two. For this one, there's no really, you can take these on and off, but I just leave it how it is. There's no really difference. But the last chart, as I said, is going to be rating and review count. This is going to be showing you the listings buildup of reviews over time. So starting from the left side, there's 1,009 reviews on July 5th. Moving over, you can see the review counts are building slowly, right? So the reviews on the product is expanding or growing as the product keeps selling month over month. Next is the offer count. So this blue purplish line is displaying the amount of offers on the listing. I'm going to show you how to actually use this to verify if you have a high risk of getting an IP alert on products. So stick for that. So that's it pretty much. I'm going to show you how many offers are on the product and reviews over time. And you can actually add this as well, just the rating. But for the most part, if you're doing online arbitrage, the rating doesn't really matter. As long as your product's rating is above 3.5 stars, you should be fine. The reason why is you don't want to sell a product that has low ratings. There's going to be a high chance of refunds/returns. That's it for the first 3 charts. It's a lot of information, I know, but I'm going to break it down, show you how to actually dissect these and create some sort of inference from these charts. So as you can see, there's 3 charts. Time frame is down here that you can select. You can do your all-time time frame, which is going to show you the full listings lifespan, which you're never really going to use unless it's like a newer listing. The yearly, 3 months, 1 month, 1 week, and 1 day. When you're sourcing products and verifying if it's a good product, using these charts to make that decision, usually stick to the 3 months chart and the 1 year chart. Everything else is mostly irrelevant. The day and week, there's not enough, and month, there's not enough change really to infer. The all time just going to be too big. There's too much data to kind of break down. Even the yearly is pretty much too big. The best chart is going to be a 3-month chart for you to make decisions on, right? So as you can see, guys, there's 3 charts. First chart is going to be showing you the price the listing is being offered at in relation to the sales rank. Second one is breakdown of the sales ranks and sub sales ranks in the category, as well as the monthly sold per month on this listing. And the last chart is going to be breaking down the offer count and review count. So start from the left side and move on to the right side. I'm going to break down all the information on here, right? And what everything kind of means and how you guys can take this and use it to make decisions for your products and if you decide if you want to sell them or not. Starting from the left side, this is going to be September 11th, right? This is going to be last year because it's on the yearly time frame. So it's going to be September 11th, 2023. As you can see from the left side, we start at $54.99 for the offer, right? Look over on that purple box that I'm hovering on the left side. So it's going to show you the price it was selling at, what kind of offer it was, and seller, rating, units, amount. So as you can see here, is FBM offered by NHL Direct. He's selling it for $54.99. Sales rank is 6,000. Monthly sold at this time was 1,000, and review count was around 794 with about 11 offers at this time, right? And as you can see here, the buy box is rotating very nicely, right? It's going in and out of sellers. As you can see, we went from NHL Direct to Captain America to this guy, Zikiso, to Blueprint Mech. As you can see, it's FVM and FBA sellers. It's rotating very well. When you see this, this means, okay, nice. The buy box is rotating well. That means if I send in my inventory, there's a high chance that it could sell pretty quickly and it'll be easy to get the buy box, right? Because the buy box is rotating, number one. Number two, the amount sold per month is at 1,000, which is a good amount. You know, you're converting 33 units per day. So if you send in 20, 30 units with a competitive price, you're going to hit that buy box and you're going to sell. Now, moving on, we can see this consistently happens. You notice this change right here. The buy box is rotating, sales rank is stable, monthly sold is stable, but the offer count, as you can see down here, has grown a lot. So, you know, it got from 10 or 11 offers all the way to about 20. So it doubled in the amount of sellers selling this. This could be a multitude of reasons. From my experience, it looks like people started sourcing those products through people's storefronts. They found it was profitable and started selling it as well. Moving forward, everything is pretty much stable. The price is between, $50 to $60. It did go down slightly over the few months of October, November, December. The offer count is going up and down. It kind of went back down to 14. People might be selling out of stock, but it's a pretty healthy offer count. Buy box is rotating pretty healthy, so it's still a very good listing to sell on, right? Now, look at this. Pay attention right here. Right here, for some reason, the buy box disappeared, right? So this purple line just went away here, here, and here. And you're like, what's going on? Is the buy box stable now? You're kind of, freaking out. Is it worth to sell or not? This could be for a variety of reasons. It could be there's no inventory. Amazon might have had a glitch and just said it, no one's offer is really recommended because it's maybe too expensive. They don't like the price people are offering it at. It could be a million reasons. But it comes back right over here. So it's something too big to worry about. Just to break that down. Moving forward, back through January, February, and March, buy box consistently rotates, right? And then for some reason here it disappears, right? From March all the way to like June, there's no buy box really. There's these little purple things popping up. So why is that happening, right? And if you want to look at this chart and see, where there's kind of something else happening, you got to look at the offers. So during this time, for some reason, the offers went from around 20 right over here, around 12, 15. And, as you can see up here, the buy box is still rotating. These sellers are coming in and out. Sales per month is consistent. And then boom, it goes from 9 offers all the way down to 0. And I'm zooming here. Look how like aggressive this drop was, right? Probably like, what is going on here? Why did all these people just leave the listing? And there's no buy box anymore. From it being a super stable listing over here, rotating well, good sales on the monthly, offers coming in and out, and then boom, this super, super aggressive drop. If you ever see this on a Keepa chart, there's a high chance this is an IP or a company IPing the offers. So what ended up happening is, most likely, from my experience, sellers were selling this product. They were selling it very well. And then the brand came in. They're like, dude, why are we not selling this, right? And just to kind of further prove this point, from here, you never see the brand that's selling right now, Mudwater. They were never on this listing. So this listing might have been made by the brand, might have been made by someone else. People were selling on it, and the brand maybe came in and was like, no, you're not allowed to sell our listing, and they IP'd these sellers, right? This happens time and again on Amazon. You can try your best to kind of infer if they're going to do it and say no to certain products, but it might happen to you. It's pretty normal. If you have a good health on your account, you can kind of get over it. And if you see these and infer, you will most likely not have it happen too often, right? Back to the offer count drop from 9, 10 offers all the way down to 1, right? And this one offer might be the brand. There's no buy box, maybe there's no stock, whatever it is. So the buy box disappeared for months. So it's like this listing went super stable to disappearing, and then randomly the buy box came back here. Now looking over here, you see the sales rank just flew up, right? It went from around 4 or 5K all the way to, 50, 30, 40K. So obviously, if there's no offer, there's no buy box to buy this product, the sales rank is not going to stay stable. It's going to go up. No one's buying it anymore. And just to further prove that, look at the monthly sold. Went from 1,000 all the way to around 200, not really selling pretty well. And the offer was sticking down here pretty low. Not really anyone coming in. Maybe the buy box would randomly appear here and here. People are hopping back on, maybe trying to sell it. But as you can see, a lot of stuff happened around here. Coming back in, a new buy box appears. It's the brand. So most likely people got IP'd. The brands hopped back on. They want to take control of the listing, and that's what happened here. They stabilized the listing. The sales rank came back down, disappeared here for a little bit. Maybe they're out of stock, whatever reason. And now it's extremely stable, right? They're selling, and the sales monthly sold went up a lot from 1,000 to 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. Now it's at 4,000. The review count was growing. So this listing from the past year, after dissecting these charts, was a great product to resell, most likely. People were selling it, offers were coming in, and randomly, all the offers disappeared. Most likely, the brand came in, they want to take control of the listing, they IP'd everyone, and they took back control of the listing. So that's pretty much how to infer and break down all this data here. This is a great example because so much is going on. Buy box was great here, disappeared here, and now it's stable. So most people are gonna be like, what is going on here? They're just confused. And a couple things I want you guys to really pay attention to is this drop here in offers. Anytime you see that, be careful and just make it a red flag, right? Companies IPing, brands IPing could be potentially kind of dangerous to sell that product. So go in with caution if you see this. And if you see, the buy box super stable like this now, with only one or two offers, most likely means you can't sell it. If the buy box is like this, not moving, not rotating at all, that means you're probably not going to get your offer rotated into the buy box due to your price not being competitive enough, whatever it is, and it's not worth selling. One more thing, this orange hue here about Amazon selling on the brands thing, it's kind of confusing, right? So it's like, is Amazon selling on here because it was only on for, month and a half? So what's going on? Most of the time, whenever there's like an orange hue like this, and it's very short, it's only like, a month and a half, maybe 1 day, sometimes maybe 2 days, a week. Most likely this is just a glitch, or I like to call it a glitch, and it's just Amazon kind of liquidating units that they had. Maybe Mudwater shipped in units that Amazon lost it. Amazon usually takes those units, liquidates it on a listing. So that's why this shows up here. Anytime you see Amazon on a listing for a short period of time, most likely they're not really on listing, it's just a liquidation happening. So take note of that as well. Most people do not know that. And that's pretty much a full breakdown of this product, right? So whenever you see a listing that you can find and source profitably, you're going to make the decision and see, is it worth buying, right? Using Keepa, seeing the price stability, the buy box rotation, the monthly sold, and potential IP alerts, and the dangers of it, right? As well as the monthly sales of the products. So that's the yearly. And if you go to the 3 month, looks pretty stable. Not worth selling because the buy box is not rotating, monthly, weekly, daily. And that's pretty much it for the charts, the price history for listings, how to break it down, what each chart is kind of describing. Let's move on to the other tabs up here in the extension. This is the majority of Keepa. Like this chart right here is where you're mostly gonna use it for. And it's a lot of information, I know, but it's a skill. You got to develop that skill, get better at reading, and over time it'll click for you. So moving on, guys, we're gonna go to the next tab, which is the track product tab. I never really use this. It's, again, just like the track product tab in the website or on the website. If you want to track a product, you can use this here. Click start tracking, and it'll alert you if anything changes dramatically on that listing. Moving on, we have data, which is another very important tab that you're going to use for Keepa and making money with Keepa, right? And this is kind of, you're going to be sourcing products through storefront stocking. So the first thing when you click data, it's going to give you the product details tab, which is not really important. Again, it's just kind of the price history being broken down in a different way. Offers is going to be showing you all the current offers on this listing. Buy box statistics, this is the most important thing, right? So buy box statistics is pretty much showing you all the sellers or all the offers on the listing over time, showing you the percentage of the buy box they're getting, the average price, their stock, the name of the store, the rating, what kind of offer are they, FBA or FBM, review counts, how many reviews does the seller had, not the listing, and when they last won a purchase in the buy box. There's a range in days up here. Usually if you are trying to sell a product, you go to the 30-day range. You want to see if the buy box right here, last one, is rotating. As you can see here, it says just now, then 16 days ago and 21 days ago. That means it's not rotating. These guys are waiting weeks, months to sell. It's not worth selling. You're not going to convert sales, right? But let's go to the 90, 180, 365 day. You can see all these other sellers pop up here. I like to use this to storefront stock and actually look at other sellers, see their storefronts, see what they're selling, because most likely if these sellers over here, right, high chance they're resellers, are selling this product, there's a high chance that their products in their storefront are also resellable items, right? And you can reverse source that, go through their storefront, find the products, look them up on Google, find a way to source it for a cheap price, find the profitable product, boom. And that's how you can kind of just scale this up. Then you find one or two products that can make you potentially $500 a month. You just keep scaling that up and you're looking at a pretty good check every month. So going back to here, how to use this now, you're gonna go through all this, right? I like to put a little filter on just so I can kind of get the best of the best. So first things first, I only want a storefront stock FBA store since I'm mostly just doing FBA. Another thing is anyone that has a crazy review count, like over 1,000, I stay away from. Reason why is they're most likely wholesalers, right? So all these other sellers that are 23, 14, 87, 87, 159, 15, 4, 130. These are most likely resellers. So as you guys can see, we're pretty much just like creating a funnel and just filtering the best of the best to then stock those stores and find leads and scale your business. So first one is the brands. I'm obviously not going to storefront stock the brand because they're selling only their products. Next is JJ Online Store. It looks like he's getting 1% of the buy box. That's his average price he's selling at. And yeah, let's click on his store and see. So once you click on the store, you're going to actually open up the Keepa website and open up his whole store, right? It's going to give you all the information, their seller metrics, the rating or view count, how many listings are verified, browsable listings via Keepa, found FBA listings, tracked by Keepa Sense, all this information, right? And this is pretty cool to see. You can kind of see the back end of the seller, but the most important thing is the storefront. So if you click this here, what Keepa is going to do is load up every single one of this guy's products. And that's pretty crazy, right? It's like this guy was selling on this listing, right? And this listing was most likely resellers because a lot of people were on it. It was rotating the buy box. These sellers have lower review counts, so they're most likely resellers. So if I can see what else they sell, I can find a ton of other products to sell. And the way this works is you go through here, go to buy box statistics, like I said, click on the seller once you filter it out, and you just start from the top and source your way down. So let's click on this. I'm gonna do a quick example of just once and kind of show you guys how to keep doing this for yourself. So you click the product, it'll open up this chart here. You're gonna open it up on Amazon. So right off the bat, I got an IP alert. This is a software we use to kind of give us a indication if it's an IP product or not. Also, it's only 100 plus. So most likely I don't want to sell this product, right? And that's kind of how you kind of go through these things. You go through them quickly, really quickly. You don't want to waste time. Now, regarding the IP, whenever I get that pop up, which is another software we use, I can break down another video if you guys want. Whenever that pops up, I want to verify it. Just like I showed you guys how to verify or see the offers drop. And as you can see here, I don't really see any crazy drops. All I see is a crazy buildup of offers over the past 2 months, right? So honestly, even though an IP alert loaded up on the screen, I'm going to ignore it due to the fact that I don't see any dramatic offer drops on this listing at all. As you guys seen, I clicked on his storefront, open up his first product. You kind of want to use this as you want to find a reason to say no. As soon as you say no, you X out the tab, move on to the next product. The reason why is when you source, it's all about numbers, right? So for example, when you first start out, you might be able to find, one good product for every 50 or 100 listings you go through. As you develop that skill, you could get to 15, 20 leads per 100. You just develop that skill set. So you sourcing slowly will bring your amount of profitable listings down a lot. It's all a numbers game. So make sure you guys are opening up the listings, breaking down the Keepa chart, breaking down other information. As soon as you find the reason to say no to buying this, you exit out right away. So as you guys can see, I verified the IP. Doesn't look crazy. Although it's only 100 plus bought in the past month and it's really, really low volume, I'm just going to look it up just for example purposes. I use the Seller Amp tab to kind of do a quick search. But you guys can just take the title, copy it, paste it in Google and search it up. Now, first things first, I like to use the brand's website because there's usually codes on there that you can kind of take advantage of and source it for cheaper. So I'm going to open up the first one, which is the brand's. As you can see, 6 bags, you get it for 37% off, right? 3 bags, 1 bag. Quick trick, you guys can actually do this, which is a monthly subscription, and just cancel it after you order it and it ships, because they have cancel at any time. So why not? Let's just add this to cart, see if it's profitable or not. Free shipping, perfect. Getting 6 bags. These are more softwares, guys, but I use Cooper to scan for coupons. Look at this, $75 off. It's crazy. So as you can see, the best coupon was this one that I found. I'm gonna add this information in here to see what shipping and taxes will be. So it looks like the total is going to be $305.22. It's gonna be for 6 units. So if you just divide that by 6 real quick, it's gonna be $50.87 per unit. This listing is a 3-pack. So as you guys can see here, the price for the 3-pack for us, our cost price would be $152 roughly, which is not going to be profitable, as you can see. Now let's be like, you kind of want to take a look. Like, why is this such a huge difference? Look at this. You used to sell at $179, and the buy box just tanked recently to $140. So just looking at this, you don't want to be any part of this because they're going to keep dropping prices. Even if it was profitable, your margin would just suck, right? So even though I kind of went and looked for the product, this is a mistake I just made. I should have looked at the buy box and I should have seen that it went down over time, right? So as you guys can see, this skill is never ending when you develop it. You can get better and better at it. You want to just find a way to say no. I actually am pretty rusty at sourcing because we have VAs that source for us. So I actually haven't sourced in months, maybe at least a year, which you guys can do when you automate your business. But quick example of a mistake I just made. I should have looked at this and like, okay, the price dropped very dramatically. Is it even worth to keep looking? It's going to keep dropping. My margins are going to suck. So as soon as you find a way to say no, you go back. You're going to go back to the guy's storefront, same seller, and go to the next product. That was just an example, guys. I'm not going to keep going. It's going to be a very long video, but that's just an example of how you can use Keepa storefront stock. And just like I showed you guys, you open up the seller storefront, you're going to just start from the top, work your way down. And from there, you can just keep sourcing. Once you find a good product, you store that product, keep going, and you can stack up a ton of profitable listings from there and build a great OA business that can be very scalable. That is pretty much everything you need to know for Keepa regarding all the information. And as you guys can see, I do use some other softwares like SellerAmp. I also use the IP Alert one. I use Cooper and Capital One Shopping for coupon codes. So there's a lot of softwares involved in this. I just wanted to make a very, very broken down video on Keepa and everything on it. Really, that's very useful. So if you guys want more videos on these softwares, let me know. Comment below. Real quick, a couple mistakes most people make on Keepa. So a couple things is they kind of take data on here and they read it wrong. So everything on here, take it with a grain of salt. Like I said, if things are not making sense, right? So for example, if the buy box disappears and the sales rank doesn't go up, something's wrong, right? Everything has to correlate. So when you guys are inferring the Keepa chart and trying to make a decision, make sure things are matching up, right? Everything has to have common sense backed up by it. So anytime you're reading something that doesn't make sense to you, could just be wrong, could be a glitch. These are all algos pulling out data. So always take everything with a grain of salt. And that's going to be a full breakdown of Keepa and everything you need to know about it to make your OA business extremely profitable and have an edge over your competition. That's the ultimate guide for using Keepa for Amazon FBA in 2024. By now, you should have a solid understanding of how to use Keepa and leverage it for your Amazon business and how to use it to find profitable products. But here's the thing, Keepa is just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to crushing it on Amazon in 2024. If you're serious about scaling your Amazon FBA business to 10K plus in revenue over the next 8 weeks, I've got something very special for you. It's called 8 weeks to 10K FBA Speedrun, where I'll personally guide you every step of the way to be making money on Amazon. We're talking live group coaching calls, a structured curriculum, private group chat access, and all the templates and tools you need to succeed. The best part, we'll guarantee you hit 10K in sales by the end of this program, or we'll keep working with you until you do. No matter what, we've got your back. If you're ready to take action, click the link in the description to learn more about the community and apply today. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.